This episode of Kinda Funny Gamescast is brought to you by the OWC DIY PlayStation 4 hard drive upgrade kit, available now at maxsales.com. Now that Christmas is over, you have one thing left to do: install all of those new video games you received as gifts onto your PlayStation 4. But with games taking up to 50 gigabytes of storage space, your drive can fill up fast. If you need more storage on your system, quadruple the storage space on your PlayStation 4 with the OWC DIY PlayStation 4 hard drive upgrade kit. Do you know how hard it is to read a bunch of random letters like that? It's really hard, but you know what I'm talking about here. With the OWC kits included 2 terabyte hard drive and all the tools needed for installation to transfer your data, you'll be able to spend less time managing game data and more time playing games. The kit includes an enclosure so you can reuse the PlayStation 4's original hard drive as an external drive. There's even an instructional video to guide you step by step through installation. Visit maxsales.com/PS4 and step up your gaming with the OWC DIY PlayStation 4 hard drive upgrade kit.
Saturn. There are a few that you could make a case for. I think everyone would make the case for Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, people adored that game. It was also super hard to find, as people might remember. Very underprinted, very rare game.
And not enough on-rails games like that. Like Star Fox, I love it. I think Star Fox, to me, is better just because of the characters and shit. But Panzer Dragoon is a better game.
What else? Well, you had a Saturn, Greg, so what did you care about?
Nights into Dreams.
Shout out to Nights.
But I think it gets a shout out, right?
Just a shout out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like
Nights.
there was a lot of great experiences I had on my Saturn, but games on the top 100 that I stand behind and get a seal of approval. That's a tougher sell. It feels like on everything.
I would just at least a shout out to Bomberman on Saturn.
Sure.
For the multiplayer alone. Best Saturn game.
But it's like Virtual Cops on here. It's like I remember playing that and enjoying it, but I don't need to put it up there.
People love Radiant Silvergun. I don't have enough experience with it. And Shining Force, or is it Shining in the Darkness? On what the fuck one was it?
Shining Force 3.
Yeah, that's the one. Can you go over to the right?
Colin said, "Can you go over to the right?" You're welcome, Kevin. I'm there for you.
Daytona, USA.
Yeah, Dragon Force people love too, but but my experience with Saturn is literally limited to very few games.
Yeah.
So I first played Panzer Dragoon Saga and I was exposed to Saturn. My brother lived with this guy named Ducky in Philadelphia, and he had a Saturn.
That's awesome.
So that was my initial exposure to Saturn. He loved
Your
Panzer.
brother living in a John Humes? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just to let it go.
All right, cool. So Saturn, we just got Panzer Dragoon.
Good enough.
You moved up. It's Dreamcast now.
We are now moving on.
If we're going sequentially
to Dreamcast.
Here we can make some interesting takes here.
Crazy fucking taxi.
Yes. I mean, I think you have to put Crazy Taxi. I also think you put Power Stone on it. Now, which Power Stone?
2.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep.
2.
I mean, again, if we're going to be calling, I mean, I there were games that I fucking loved on Dreamcast like that. People were like, I loved Blue Stinger and all these games. People were like,
Seaman.
I was going to say,
I fucking hated Seaman. Oh, God, I hated that game. It creeped me out. Buddy of mine was into that too, Cody.
Cody, man. Cody and Ducky out on an adventure playing some Seaman.
Wonder what Ducky's up to. Wonder what his real name was.
Why do they call him Ducky?
I have no idea. I was like literally 12. That was just who that was.
Gotcha.
That was that man's name.
You didn't have any follow-up questions to that?
Shenmue, it's not my thing.
We didn't fuck with Shenmue.
Okay.
No, Shenmue was good, but again, like, no.
Now,
sorry.
I got to put it out there. Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 suck. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, they're not good.
I'm really fucking sorry. I feel like people are lying to themselves that they like those games because those are not good.
At the time, I did like Sonic Adventure, although it was because I just needed something to play on it.
There's things about them, aspects about them that are cool. Escape from the City and the snowboarding and Sonic Adventure 2 is great, but I mean, it's not that great. Jet Set Radio Future.
Soul Calibur.
Now, yeah.
GameCube?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, all right, well, hold on.
Skies of Arcadia.
Shout out to Skies of Arcadia, although also on GameCube.
GameCube, yeah. GameCube kind of gave a second life to Dreamcast.
Because Sega started just dumping shit there. Shout out, although I didn't play it, I knew a lot of people that did and loved it. Phantasy Star Online. People fucking loved it. And I think it's still running on private servers to this day, by the way.
Space Channel 5, Sega's answer to Parappa. Nope.
Shout out, move on.
Samba de Amigo.
Samba de Amigo.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, shout out. Rez first came out there. Choo Choo Rocket. Shout out.
Oh, Ikaruga. There's a.
Ikaruga's good.
They had a really. I mean, we have to remember Dreamcast had 17 months on the market, and in that short in America, because it was $99.99. It was discontinued, I think, April 2001, and in that short amount of time, I don't know if you have a console that accumulated that many fucking good games in less than 18 months. So shout out to Dreamcast generally. You know, it's a really great console. And in the middle console, it's failed for the same reason Wii U failed. You have to follow certain protocols.
House of the Dead.
Well,
Typing in the dead.
for the record, I think the Dreamcast was ahead of its time. The Wii U, I don't think was.
That's true.
So they didn't fail. They were both middle consoles that
Yeah.
led to part of the problem. But
Shout out also to NBA 2K and NBA 2K1. Those are both great games.
Yeah. Amazing games. I personally couldn't stand by it because of NBA Street Volume 2.
And also, well, yes, there are better games on PS2 and another. I mean, NBA
different
2K17. But but also the online component of it was what really made those games tick, and obviously you can't do that anymore. Because I really was flabbergasted playing those games online in like 2000. I was like, this is unbelievable. I had a little keyboard plugged in.
Yeah.
It's like, this is insane. Like, I don't understand how this is possible. This is so cool. I don't know who the fuck I'm playing against, but
You
I'm
guys
typing
like
shit.
Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, and all those.
I'm not into those.
Me neither.
Shout out
I
to
played
Animatic.
them. They were fun. But yeah, no, don't need to be on the list.
Yeah.
I think we have a pretty complete list
Yeah.
here.
Rayman 2, and again, shout out. I like you, but you don't make the list.
You don't love you.
Okay, cool. We are done with the Dreamcast.
Now we get on to PS2.
And you better roll, yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 2,
Yep.
Sons of Liberty, the best Metal Gear game.
Get crazy.
Fat Man.
I love how Kevin's like not even half asleep, 90% asleep, but then his brain heard Metal Gear Solid 2. He just goes,
He's there. He's back for you.
Animusha.
3.
Here we go. Here come the arguments.
No! 2 does not make the goddamn list. 4. No!
Dawn of Dreams, bruh. Dawn of Dreams.
Oh my god.
I think we can both agree the first one belongs on the list.
Yes.
I can never agree with you that the third one's going to be on the list. If you really feel passionately about it, you can put it on it.
I love it.
I can't.
I fucking love that game.
with John, whatever
I'm
the
gonna,
fuck it is.
I'm gonna say that we double elimination ourselves. I'll lose 3, you lose 2.
Fine.
And 4.
So we'll do 1 and 4
put
then.
1. No.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Just
all right.
1. We'll put
Dawn
we'll
of
put
Dreams is
1.
legit, dude. And that was the last Animusha game we ever got.
Can't even hate on it. I can't even hate on it. I didn't play it out of just outrage. I want Samanosuke.
It was
That's
very.
why I didn't like 2 either.
It was very late too. I think 2006. If I remember correctly.
But okay, so
Early
Metal Gear.
2005.
Going back to Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3
Yeah.
doesn't make the list.
Not to me, but
I say no.
It's,
Fucking awesome game.
It's my least favorite of the Metal Gears. So yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's my least favorite steak. Like I enjoy the game, but it's not my one that I really love. Right. So yeah, I have no problem keeping it off.
Cool.
And it's our list. We stand by it. Fuck you. Make your own podcast and get your own list going if you want that. Now, what about the GTAs? What do we want to do here?
Ooh. I think
and Vice City.
You're gonna leave off San Andreas?
Yeah.
Why? Too much?
Too much. They went too far with San Andreas. I think that was a pretty collective agreement too back in the day. I mean, people loved it, but I think that Vice City was the perfect Grand Theft Auto game at that time.
and that's my thing is I agree. I think that I'd be okay with just putting Vice City on
Just
the
Vice
list.
City, not doing 3.
3's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But I do think that Vice City is just better.
Agreed. I agree.
And I think that is the one I stand by that.
Okay.
Like even now.
No, I agree with what you're saying. It's just I always get so hung up on what 3 meant for the
Yeah.
industry and what it meant for me and all that stuff. But I understand what you're saying.
So what do you guys think? Do we put 3 and Vice or just
No,
5?
'cause what do we
we're
stand
gonna
by, right?
Yeah,
If-
Vice City is fine.
If you're gonna recommend this to somebody, now is anybody? What about Bully? Are we gonna talk about Bully?
I wasn't a Bully fan, but
Oh, really?
I would say
loved
Manhunt
Bully.
over Bully.
Wow.
Do you put Bully on?
I mean, I loved Bully. It's a personal one, but if that's like fat, it can be a shout out. If that's
Okay.
what it comes down to.
Shout out to Bully.
Shout out to Bully. Shout out to Manhunt. Shout out to Manhunt.
Man,
God of War. I'm not a God of War guy, so
I wouldn't
put
stand by this.
You got to put a God of War on there. Put God of War 2 on there.
You think?
Yeah,
Why?
I would stand by. Like, God of War is awesome, and it showed what the system did, and like
you-
the
you
combat's awesome.
think
Like, hey,
two
Put
Kratos.
3 and over 3.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I mean, I think, and again, why we're putting a million on there? We only want one God of War?
I think so.
Okay.
I would put Dark Cloud on there.
The Cloud 1.
1, yeah.
Twist Metal Black.
No,
I'm surprised you haven't put Final Fantasy on there.
Final Fantasy X is on there. That's you can get 4. I get 10.
That's fine.
No, I don't mean 11.
No one means 11. Again, I'm like trying to just call my list in my head down. Well, first of all, there's way more GameCube games that are going to be on this list than PS2 games. So let's just
Tim,
get that out of the way.
do you stand by Shadow of the Colossus?
I do stand by Shadow of the Colossus. I understand that can, I'm okay giving Shadow a shout out.
Okay.
Just because there's other games that I enjoy and love so much more, like NBA Street Volume 2, which I'm going to add to the list right now. Oh, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Jack and Daxter.
Which one?
I will accept the Precursor's Legacy or 2. And I know that everyone hates 2, but I love 2. And it's my list.
I would give a shout out to Ratchet as well.
Yeah, but are we
I would
doing,
give it to the PS4 one.
yeah, that's the thing. Are we? Yeah.
But just saying, fuck Jack and Daxter.
You'll fuck you.
Yeah, I wasn't a Jack guy.
Jack and
either.
Daxter kind of sucks.
A lot of you were hating ass haters back then. You didn't understand.
No,
You didn't. It was
I
too
understand
much.
full well.
Here's the Horizon. There's no load screens. Fuck you. Give me Crash.
Fine, then let's bring
But
it back together.
Do you want Jack?
No, that's fine. If no one stands by it, I don't care.
You don't stand by it that much?
No, I'm not gonna put up a thing for it because we can come together on one. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time.
A motherfucking man.
Yeah.
No?
I never liked the Prince of Persia games.
Oh, you are crazy.
I'm not even sure
Sands
which
of
ones I
Time.
played, to be honest.
All 3 of them are great, and I think that 2 and 3 are underrated. But Sands of Time is the one that I can
Sands of
stand.
Time came out in 2003. 'Cause that's the one I had, I think.
2002.
No,
2002?
2002. Yeah, it was my first year thing.
So I didn't have because I had it on Xbox, so it must have been the one
Me
after
too.
that it had. That I had.
Warrior Within.
Yeah, maybe that was the one I bought. I don't know. I don't remember. I bought it at the same time I bought Deus Ex. Big mistake.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 12, no.
No,
Not for
definitely
me. Okami. I don't like
What about
Okami.
Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, fuck. As a whole, I'll give it to Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, I think that is my favorite one, and the franchise needs to make some appearance.
I feel like it'll end up getting cut, so it can't just be a shout out. But Odin Sphere.
Never played.
Odin Sphere was awesome.
It's a good choice for a Vanillaware game. I would put Dragon's Crown up over it, but yeah, I mean you can put it on there if you want. That was a beloved PS2 game. You spelled, by the way, Cloud wrong in Dark Cloud, and it's gonna save you from the comments.
Klaus. Dark Klaus.
I'm horrible at typing, everybody.
What else?
There was Burnout.
The Sly Cooper.
Never
He
been
was a
Sly
thief.
guy.
I would give it to Sly 4.
Yeah, yeah.
You think, really?
Later on, we're talking about
we'll
the
get
PS4.
Because my thing is, when we started talking about like that generation of like platformers and mascots
Yeah, yeah.
and stuff, like in the same way that in the PS1 I gave it to Crash over Spyro, and that stuff, it's like I think Ratchet gets it, and I think Ratchet's above Sly and
Sure,
Jack and
I agree.
Daxter and
I
all
agree.
them,
I
but
agree. Took me a long time to come around to that, but I agree.
Silent Hill 2 is really good, but it's not that special to me. So
No, not to me either. It is a good game. I mean, that's a seminal horror game.
Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec.
People love that shit.
Yeah.
This is one I think that we'd end up probably going with Rock Band, but Guitar Hero 2. And this is when this really started popping off.
I wouldn't stand by any of them anymore, though.
I would.
I would say. I mean,
I love this
yeah.
game so much, and this is again, it's like Tony Hawk, where I know that people there's the favorites or whatever, but for me, Guitar Hero 3, I think that both Guitar Hero 3 and Rock Band 2 deserve spots, because I think that Rock Band, great idea, but it needed a little bit of refinement, and Rock Band 2 provided that for that party atmosphere. But Guitar Hero 3, from a technical standpoint of just difficulty and everything being super smooth, Guitar Hero 1 was fucking rough. It just did not ever feel right. 2 fixed it all, but Neversoft came in to do 3, and they like the set list was just perfect. So I'm gonna give it to that.
Okay, you want to put both on there?
I think so.
Okay,
If I had to choose, I would cut Rock Band,
you'd cut Rock Band. You're a fucking crazy
because
person.
I think Guitar Hero, from a gameplay perspective, nails it way more than Rock Band does. Rock Band nails it from an experience perspective.
Yeah,
Rock Band.
Rock Band. Newman Sky and Rock Band.
But then Rock Band was next gen.
Yeah. No, I know. It all started conversating
Hero
here.
3.
Was it Guitar Hero 3 PS2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wired. It was also on next gen as well.
Got you.
I need to put Devil May Cry on there.
Okay. Just put DMC on there when we get to.
No.
Yeah, DMC nailed it.
DMC's
Starring
not
Ray
bad.
Gutierrez.
Looking?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just a joke at the time.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 3 is the best. 2 just doesn't exist.
Is that Thunder?
Did Nick just
No, that
kill
was
someone?
Nick getting ice. Or having a heart attack.
But I'm just gonna, even though 3 is better, I stand by 1. Like the atmosphere of 1 was
For Devil May Cry?
Yeah. And without Devil May Cry, we would have never got Onimusha 3.
I feel like we're forgetting something. None of us would stand by it, but shout out to SOCOM 2.
Oh yeah.
Time Splitters.
Oh, Time Splitters for me on GameCube. Time Splitters 2.
Sure.
Abso-motherfucking-lutely. Good lord, that game's good.
Shout out to Rogue Galaxy. People love that game too. It was a level
Galaxy.
5 game.
Shout out to Beyond Good and
Katamari.
Evil.
Yeah. Psychonauts wasn't my thing. SSX, I couldn't do it. I can't. I love those games, but I can't stand by any of them. If I did, it'd be tricky, but...
I think we have a pretty complete list of PS2 games. I mean, considering we're gonna have to cull,
Yeah. Or will we?
and considering we're gonna have
10,000.
5,000 GameCube games on this list.
Yeah. All right. Moving on from PlayStation 2. Let's just get Xbox out of the way.
Okay. Stubbs, the motherfucking... No, I'm not standing by it. Don't worry.
Rainbow Six 3.
KOTOR. 9.9 Jade Empire.
Would you put Jade Empire?
No, I'm
Okay.
kidding. KOTOR. Just put KOTOR on
Yeah,
there.
KOTOR is definitely on there. I would put both Halos on there too.
Halo.
I guess you put Halo 2.
Yeah, put Halo 2 on there.
I'd put Halo 1.
That surprises me.
Like, 2 had online. That's great. But, like, 1 was where the local multiplayer is what I think of when I think of Halo. And, like, that's what I stand by. Like, I played online, but not extensively.
Gotcha.
But I played the living hell out of Halo.
Gotcha.
So do you guys think both?
I mean,
I defer to
I'll
you.
kind of defer to you. I mean, I'm
I give
surprised
it
that
to
Halo
1.
2 is not the one, but I understand. Combat Evolved was the first one I played, obviously.
I mean, the thing is just like, for me, the maps in Halo 1 are so memorable with Beaver Creek or Battle Creek at the time, and Blood Gulch and Rat Race, and pretty much all the levels were iconic. 2, they had Coagulation, like remade a couple of the original ones, but they weren't as good. The Banshee kind of fucked everything up balance-wise and stuff. And again, I'm talking about very much my experiences with Capture the Flag and shit, but that's the one I stand by.
There are a lot of, like, I think not middling but great games that I play on Xbox that deserve shouts, but not necessarily would be on the list. Deus Ex is one of them. Kill Switch I think is really good, and actually Kill Switch is a massively fucking important game for cover-based third-person shooters. But again, like, I was so distracted by GameCube this era that I barely played my Xbox. I didn't even get one until 2003. So.
Would you put Ninja Gaiden on there?
No, not personally. I never had like this association with this game that a lot of people do. I still think that I felt like it was a bastardization of what Ninja Gaiden even was. And they're brutally hard, and people love those games, and I'm not discounting that, but they're not for me. I wouldn't put them on the list.
I'd like to put out here is a game. I haven't played it since it launched, but Fable. I don't know if it's worth putting on the list or if it's just a shout out. And I was looking for.
I didn't play, so I don't know.
It's one of those that was when I didn't have an Xbox. My roommate Parker did, and I would go over to his room and sit there, and I would play Jade Empire. I was fucking around with, and then when I started playing Fable as well, I loved Fable. I mean, but maybe it's just a shout out. I don't have strong enough feelings
Let's not
or
put it on
memories
then.
of it to put on the list. But shout out to that.
So we passed by Jet Set Radio earlier when it was on Dreamcast. Now there's Jet Set Radio Future. I feel like those are games that I should love a lot more than I do, but I don't. So do you think either of them need to be on there?
No.
Okay. Crimson Skies, shout out.
Yeah, Crimson Skies. Panzer Dragoon Order, I remember people like.
It was good, but
Yeah.
it wasn't Saga. Project Gotham Racing, Mech Assault.
Oh,
was cool.
the Chronicles of
Riddick. Escape from Butcher Bay.
That's an amazing game. That really is an amazing game. I forgot about that
They
game.
remastered it not too long ago,
Yeah,
right?
and they released a new one too
Yeah.
on PS3, and then I think the remaster came with it or was it released around
Something
the same
like
time.
that, yeah. I think you got them both in the one box.
Yeah, Conquer, Oddworld, Doom 3, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Shout out to that Xbox game that had the ridiculous controller. What was that one?
Steel
Steel
Battalion.
Battalion. Right. Fuck, I hated that game. I remember at IGN they had. I'm like, this is insane. This is insane. This is a cool idea.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But Jesus,
But you're crazy.
this is insane.
For Alfredo, I got to give a shout out to the Splinter Cell franchise, but I was a Metal Gear guy, so
Sure. Yeah, I did play those when they started coming to PS2, and then I think when I got my Xbox, and it was the same thing where I was like, man, it was pretty and it was cool to shoot out light bulbs, but
Yeah.
I didn't need to worry about it.
I think we're pretty complete here.
Yeah, we're pretty good. Max Payne, I'm not going to give it to.
Max Payne.
All right.
Do it. GameCube.
Here we go. It's GameCube time.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Get that shit out of here.
Honestly, man, I'll give it to you.
So good.
The game's awesome. You're all gonna remember when it's on Switch in a few months.
The
how
game,
fucking
the
good it
game
was.
is awesome, but my problem is, like, and again, this is one of those things where, hey, all the fucking Mario games can be on there, and it's similar to you talking about Mega Man. Like, for me, I think Mario's better than most of these, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree.
But Mario Sunshine is earlier you were saying that they're all 10, so it doesn't matter. I don't think Mario Sunshine's a 10. I think Mario Sunshine is a step below some of the other ones.
Some camera wonk and things like that in the game. I really do feel like when pound for pound, with the exception of Melee, that like Sunshine to me, and like as a day one adopter of GameCube and having a lot of games, that was the first like phenomenal fucking game that I had on the console where I'm like, this game is awesome. This is what I wanted, because I got that the same day I got Onimusha 2, I think. And
Oh yeah,
and
August 26th.
Yeah, and I almost forgot that
2000.
Onimusha 2 even existed. You know, I was just like, I got to, and it was great. But Resident Evil 4, for sure.
Yeah. Super Mario Sunshine, though,
We can remove it later.
No, I'll
when
let
we-
it
let's
stay.
go.
I'll let it stay.
Put Mario Golf up next.
Yeah, Mario
Toadstool
Toadstool
Tour.
Tour for sure. And Double Dash, I think, will probably be on there
Yes,
for Greg.
it fucking will be.
Mario Golf.
I'm trying to like restrain myself here because we could put a lot
Animal
of.
Crossing.
So
I stand by Animal
I do
Crossing.
not stand by Animal Crossing.
Animal
I do not
Crossing.
stand by Mario Kart Double Dash. I want that clear.
I stand by
But that's
both
fine.
those games.
That's fine. I'm putting them on. for
Fuck
Greg.
you, Baby Park, whatever
them
you
on.
want.
Putting them on.
Animal Crossing frustrated me.
So Soul Calibur 2. Earlier we said that we'd put it on here.
The GameCube version of Soul Calibur 2 with Link is obviously the superior version of the game, as opposed to fucking Spawn
Heihachi.
and Heihachi. I was like, clearly the winner is
like I
Link.
said earlier, Time Splitters 2.
Clearly the winner is Link.
And Link doesn't even say
picture
anything. He's
perfect.
actually not even a real character. He's just a avatar. You see, Greg?
I do see.
All right, Melee.
God, I want to give a million shout outs on GameCube, but like what really belongs on the list?
So
what
that's the
really
thing.
belongs on the list?
I fucking love Luigi's Mansion for as much shit as it
Yeah.
gets.
Shout out.
I'll
It's a
just
good
give
game.
it a shout out.
It's a good game.
God, GameCube though.
Funny story about Luigi's Mansion. I won Fact Writer of the Month at IGN in September 2002, and they were like, we'll buy you any 2 games you want. And I was like, I want Luigi's Mansion and Eternal Darkness. And that's what I got.
Eternal Darkness. Fucking awesome, but I don't put it on.
No,
the list.
I don't think it. I think if you went back and played it, it doesn't hold up. Remake.
Before we get too far off of it, shout out to Luigi's Mansion and shout outs to the Luigi Mansion IGN guide. You remember when Hillary did this?
Mhm. Oh,
And he
the-
just did it in MS Paint, and it was just like a drawn map of what to go do.
So funny. Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime. I would put Metroid Prime 2 on there as well, and
Really?
I would put
man.
I'd put Wind Waker on there, obviously.
Okay, yeah, Wind Waker.
So let's do Metroid Prime 1.
Yeah,
and then
I
let's
think
do
2 gets
and then
the
let's
cut.
do Wind Waker.
Great game, but I mean, Metroid Prime is by far the best of the trilogy.
I wouldn't disagree. I was more disappointed with 3.
Yeah, but it did add the controls. I think that the superior version of Metroid Prime is the Wii one in trilogy.
Oh, I
Because
don't
you
think
get the
I never even
pointing
played that.
controls.
I never even played those.
It makes it so much better.
Twin Snakes. Do you want to put it in here?
Well, no. I think that it's one or the other.
It's
and
redundant.
We'll give it to you for PS1.
Okay.
Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Love it, but I'll just give you a shout out.
Oh, we put Melee on there already, didn't we?
F-Zero GX. For fucking fast, crazy shit, I think that it is the best of the best.
No, no, there it is. It's Smash Brothers on there. Okay. F-Zero, yeah, and that's the last time we got it. No, that's
It
not
is.
true. It is the last time.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, there was AX in the arcade, but F-Zero GX is one of the most criminally underrated games I think of all time, and it maybe not even underrated. That might not be the right word because I think it did get good reviews, but in terms of like Nintendo just didn't care about it and didn't push it. Made by
Star
Sega.
Fox Adventures.
Star Fox Assault. I don't think I can't.
I can't even keep a straight face.
I love Assault, the air missions, not the rest of the game. I don't care about Pikmin.
I don't either.
Beautiful Joe.
Shout out to Beautiful Joe. It was a cool
Shout
game.
out. Big shout out to Beautiful Joe.
Also, shout out to Tales of Symphonia, which to a lot of people is the best Tales game. I don't agree, but it is a really great game.
I do think that Fire Emblem deserves a spot, and I'm gonna give it to Path of Radiance.
It's interesting. Look at that game.
Awakening's
Trucking
fucking
along.
awesome, but I think that Path of Radiance story is
Shout out to GameCube. What a great console. What a fucking great console. I know it's not popular to say it, but I'm going to say it. Better than PlayStation 2. And you can fucking live with it. You can fucking
I'm with you.
live with
I'm
it.
with you, bro. GameCube's fucking
You're going to live with it.
GameCube had a lot of great games.
You're going to live with it.
I'm living with it right now.
So
That and
I said it
hepatitis
earlier.
C.
I said it earlier.
Baton
Super
potatoes.
Monkey Ball 2.
Yeah.
I give it to it because I think that
But
that
you're
is
gonna
style
do
of gameplay.
banana splits on Vita.
No.
Banana splits.
Banana splits. No.
Banana blitz.
The multiplayer was so good. Shout out to Kirby's Air Ride, but nah, bro. Nah. Donkey Konga. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. No. Zelda 4 Swords Adventures was fucking awesome. But again, shout out. Also, Pokemon XD and Pokemon Coliseum. Full-fledged RPGs on the console. And like people just pretend they don't exist. They were decent. But shout outs.
I think this is a pretty complete list. I would give a shout out to a few other games, but I don't think they necessarily need to be on here. So
Yeah, a lot of the Mario sports games were great around that time. Like Mario Strikers, the soccer one was really good.
Mario Tennis.
But and yeah, Mario Tennis and
I loved Mario Tennis. But I like tennis games in general.
trying to think what Mario Tennis on GameCube. Was there one?
I've played a Mario Tennis.
that was on
It's
N64, wasn't it?
Mario
It
Tennis was
was
N64. And then there was the DS one, I think. I don't think there was a GameCube one, but whatever. Cool.
Now we have to slow down here because we've skipped
GBA.
GBA and DS came out in 2004, so we're now ahead of it.
Let's go GBA.
This one I think can be pretty simple. The complicated thing for me is I don't know which Castlevania game to put on there. I think one of them belongs on there. I think Circle of the Moon would be the one I put on, just because I have the best memories of it. But people are always like, "What's your favorite GBA/DS Castlevania game?" And I'm like, "They're all awesome. Every one of them is awesome." And I don't even know that if you put them in front of me without a title screen, I can tell you which one was which. So
You gonna choose Circle of the Moon?
I think Circle of the Moon just based on the fact what a great launch game. I got that in Super Mario Advance.
What a great launch lineup.
Yeah, really good lineup. Yeah, there was like Super Dodgeball and there was a bunch of great games when GBA
Pro
came
wrestling.
Yeah, Fire Pro Wrestling. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater
have very
2 with
vivid
the
memories of
weird-ass
buying it.
isometric thing. It was
Very
great.
vivid
2001, man.
I wanted to rent it.
right before 9/11.
You want what?
I wanted to rent it when it was coming out or whatever because I didn't want to buy it and try it. So I was going to rent it on a trip to Mizzou, and I never did.
Metroid Fusion, I fucking love, but I think that I'm okay with just having Super Metroid on there. But
Was it
also,
Zero
I
Mission?
think Zero Mission is my favorite Metroid game.
Yeah.
Like,
because we did forego the original Metroid, and I think you can make. I mean, Zero Mission is the original Metroid, so I think you could make the case for that.
Yeah, but I'm okay just having Super Metroid and leaving it there if you are.
Yeah, I'm fine with that as well. Let me see the.
We got Minish Cap, Pokemon Ruby Sapphire,
Shout out to Tales of Fantasia because that was the first time we ever got to play it.
Advance Wars.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Advance Wars was awesome.
Now do we choose Advance Wars? Advance Wars is not the DS version.
Yeah, the GBA
Okay.
game was the better one. IMO.
Mario Kart Super Circuit was fun for the time. Mario and Luigi. I don't think I put any of the actual like Mario RPG titles on the list, even though they're great.
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was pretty cool. That game grew on me the more I thought about it, and when the second one came out, A2 or whatever, I liked it. I don't know that I necessarily put it on the list. We already have Final Fantasy Tactics on the list on the PS1, and I'm going to add another of the similar kinds of games when we get the PSP. So I think we can probably stop for now.
Yeah. The GBA had a lot of Super Nintendo ports. Golden Sun. Shout out to you.
I liked Golden Sun. Reminds me of my 12th grade civics class because I would just play Golden Sun in it. Mr. Scott was the teacher. Didn't care too much about anything.
So
that was his last year.
Advance Wars or Advance Wars 2? I don't really remember.
My memories are attached to Advance Wars.
Okay,
I remember
we'll put that there then.
Shout out to the Final Fantasy 6 port on GBA. I see
Yeah,
that.
it was great.
I don't know that I would put much of anything else on here because I mean I would put all of the Castlevania games that were available on there and everything. But we're getting like too. We're gonna have to go back and remove a bunch of shit at this point. So
Shout out to the Sonic Advance games. They were decent. All right.
I think we're good on GBA.
Yeah, me too.
We also have to remember that
S.
it only had a few years really to thrive as well. DS you can get fucking nuts with. If you really want to get nuts with it, you can get nuts with it.
Elite Beat Asians.
Yes. Goddamn yes.
I would say Phoenix Wright, but I'm not really entirely sure which one. So I would just say Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I think that basically is a catch-all for
Okay.
all the goodness that Phoenix Wright represented. Those games were so special.
Tim, after some in-depth research, please change that to Advance Wars 2.
Okay.
New Super Mario Brothers, right? Wasn't that the...
Do you give it to it? Because I really don't.
Really? I fucking loved it.
That was awesome.
I
When I got my
awesome.
DS Lite and picked that up, I was like, holy shit, is this awesome.
You know, like
Man, I honestly, I don't think that any of the new Super Mario Bros. Games
Wow.
make the list. I think they're all
They're fun, but not
great.
your thing, yeah.
Even New Super Mario Bros. 2 is, I think, the worst of them all. New Super Mario Bros. Wii is probably I'd say the strongest of any of them, and then the Wii U one, then the DS one. But yeah, I don't think that any of them need to make it. But if you guys,
no,
try
I mean,
for it.
I'm fine with that. I'm gonna go get my notebook because I'm gonna start writing things down because I want to figure out how many of these we have to take off in a minute.
Okay,
Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
on DS.
Yeah. I mean, it's tomato, right? I guess it would look better on PSP. All right, fine, put it on PSP. You remember this?
Liberty
Dealing
City
drugs.
Stories. Yeah,
That was
trying to remember
PSP
what
as well.
was Chinatown Wars the DS one first. And
Yeah,
then
it was
later
DS
PSP?
first. It was yeah,
okay.
and then it came.
I mean,
to PSP.
I think it's a DS game.
It's a
then.
DS game. Yeah, I think you had better resolution stuff, but that's where you got to
GTA.
scratch your stuff too with the stylus, people like that.
Oh, it's where Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Damn, Daniel. Yeah, I know. I can hear it. It's crazy. Ooh. Is this where? Was Scribblenauts? Did it debut on DS?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a hell of a game.
it was, but
You're not into it? You're
there's a lot of DS games that I'm like, man, I loved, but not enough. Like World Ends With You was awesome, but I wouldn't put it there.
Kevin stood up and said that dodgeball game. In case you can hear
Yeah, there
him
was
off.
Animal Crossing. Elite Beat Agents is my favorite DS game. So
He's my walkie-talkie man.
Tetris DS was great, but the GB Tetris, come on. Nintendogs, nah, bro.
No, we're good.
We good.
Can you scroll the list back over to the right? I just want to count everything. So just keep an eye on things so we'll make it
I
easier for us
can't.
later.
Kevin needs to do that.
Oh, Kevin.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
And Home Alone 2.
To Return to New York or whatever the fuck is called. Can you scroll over to the left? And I just want to count everything we have. So I'm just trying to keep track of numbers here. Thank you. All right. So hold on. We have 4 and 3. Don't mind me for now.
I'm down to call it on DS
Okay.
with just the 4 that we have.
If you can look to the number on the side and -1. Or 2, actually.
All right.
Big color.
You wanna put
Just look to the number and then -2 because you have 2, or I guess just the 1 because you just the 1 up there. So yeah. So you have 14 SNES games.
Okay.
PSP,
PSP.
Power of the Players.
Get your game on.
Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together.
All
the best game
3
on PSP.
Patapons. We're touching these a lot today. I like it.
Do you really with Patapon?
Nah, I can pick one if you want. Pick 3.
Patapon 3?
3 learned all the 3 learned from all the mistakes and trials and tribulations. It was easy to get through. It had online multiplayer, which was great. You were only controlling one guy, which made you your hero. That you took in other games. It was great.
Yeah. Going back to PlayStation 2, Amplitude.
Ah, yes. Because you went to Amplitude, Rock Band Unplugged, which a lot of people think I'm joking about when I say I
Jeff,
would
can you move it over?
pay thousands of dollars for them to kickstart that, do all these different things. Put Rock Band Unplugged on the fucking list.
Really?
Put Rock Band Unplugged on the fucking list.
Because there's probably nobody that played Rock Band Unplugged more than me.
Bullshit!
Because
I played more than
It
you
was
did.
the closest thing to Amplitude that I thought I was ever going to get
Here's
again.
the thing, though.
But it wasn't Amplitude.
It was better than Amplitude.
No, it wasn't.
It was much better
you're
than
so
Amplitude.
wrong. I'll put
where
it
you
on.
had all the different instruments. You're able to go. They had DLC
That's
Sin Wagon by Dixie Chicks. Come on, they had a better soundtrack than Amplitude.
No.
They had a better soundtrack
Fucking-
than Amplitude.
No.
Hold on, can you go back?
If there's one game I wish could somehow come to Vita or anywhere, I didn't even care. They gave us Blitz that was kind of like it. Whatever. Rock Band Unplugged, criminally underplayed, fantastic.
It was fantastic. I mean, it wasn't Amplitude.
It wasn't one now? Oh yeah, again,
But
I know it was.
I'm putting it on the list. Greg.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
there.
you.
What else for PSP?
Oh my god.
No.
Siphon Filter. I'd want you to put Logan Shadow. Yeah. Siphon Filter's Logan Shadow. Of course, my favorite game of all time, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Thank you very much, Kevin, for the short clap. I never, this is blasphemy, I know, being the PSP guy. I never really cared for Loco Roco, but I'll bring it up because I gave it a shot at least.
I didn't either.
If anybody else had something to say about Loco Roco.
Now here's the thing. Now, Colin, I'll let you talk me out of it. But I would put Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII on that list.
I don't hate it. I don't hate the choice. I think Crisis Core was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Then boom,
and
it stays.
I think it's one of PSP's best games. The thing is that we have to start culling the list significantly. We're going to have to go back to the beginning and get rid of a lot of shit because we're over 100 now. I think this is a...
It can be 10,000, doesn't
It
matter.
could be 10,000.
Here's something I'll put out there for everybody.
Go for it.
If you only want one God of War,
Uh-huh.
I actually enjoyed Ghost of Sparta more than any of them.
More than 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
2, I think, was important for the
We'll take 2
PS2.
off,
It was the end cap to that console. It was beautiful. It was great. It was a huge deal. It was everybody on board with it. But Ghost of Sparta was God of War in the palm of your hands.
Best PSP game, all the NES games.
It was
true.
a great NES emulator.
That is
Kevin.
true. Shout out to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, but like
Yeah.
I said earlier, give it to 2.
Now, this is one of those things I know you get fishy with the rules and you play loose and fast. I would put Luminous on
Yeah,
here.
I was about to say.
But I'm also going to put it on the Vita list.
No, so you choose one Luminous.
Fucking shit. Really?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I didn't do this on any of your nerdy ass NES games.
You could have.
We're going to have to go back and remove it.
I try to be strategic, though. I tried to already prune. Would you really put Luminous twice?
Yeah. Honestly,
Really?
I would argue for it to be one of the PS3, PSN games. So there you go. Don't talk to me about Luminous like I ain't fucking crazy about that
I
shit.
mean, Luminous is fucking great, but I mean, that's like with Tony Hawk. Like, I would put pretty much all the Tony, not all of them. I'd put a couple Tony Hawks on the list.
Drop my pen. Suck the dick on the way down.
If you want me to pick one,
Vita.
I'll go Vita. It was the better version. I think Luminous on PSP was a bigger movement. When we all learned what we were doing, we learned about Luminous.
Launch title.
Great launch title. Thank you. That reminds me, Hot Shots Golf.
So is the
Yep.
PSP one the one you choose?
Put Hot Shots Golf. Yeah, Open T. Just period. Not Open T2. Open T. God, I loved the PSP so fucking much. So fucking much.
Those UMGs were so good.
Yeah, they were universal. They played in anything.
The GTA stories games, they were great, but I mean,
Shout outs to them.
Yeah.
They were
hugely important in the early
They were
life.
great, and that was the thing though, is that they never
They were really shitty, though, when you think about it.
Jeanne d'Arc.
Yes.
That was a great game. That was like one of the first to grab me. Oh fuck, where was my head at? Resistance Retribution? Put it on the board? Grayson? You kidding me? Hell yeah.
okay.
Oh, again, I can't believe I was sleeping on it this late. Valkyria Chronicle 2. Valkyria Chronicles 2.
I'm not even going to try to spell this right.
VALKYRIA.
Shout out to Monster Hunter, but it's none of our games. Half Minute Hero, shout out. Great game, but we don't have to put it on the list.
I'm done with
Shout out to Ryan Clements and Dissidia, Final Fantasy. Shout out to Motorstorm Arctic Edge, another great game. No shout out to
let's move
Secret Agent Clank, you suck.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, Secret Agent Clank fucking was balls.